Hey guys, it's Fiend Frenzy 91, and I'm bringing you some Destiny, my thoughts on Destiny, because I was in the recent Destiny beta, which was of I was on Xbox 360 Destiny, so I wasn't on the Xbox One. I probably look prettier. I don't know, or the PS4 one would definitely probably look prettier. But anyway, I'm just gonna give my few thoughts on Destiny, and we're gonna go from there. All right, let's just gonna go and break it down into like three basic parts. Basically, like how the fighting or the combat is. Basically, like how the story is, and really the PvP. Because even though I will brief on like crafting all those other MMO aspects of it, there's not that much. So that's not even gonna be considered really a topic. That's just gonna be something I say. All right, let's talk about the combat. The combat is pretty nice, but it's basically a first-person shooter combat, but they add some type of tweaks. Like you have, like the first move you learn is a grenade, which is another combat thing, but the difference is that it's kind of a responding grenade. It's not like it's equipment. It's actually just your special. And as a Titan, there are three classes, I should have said before, but I'm a Titan in this, so I have an electrical grenade that blinds the enemies. And your special weapon is basically the shotgun. What I'm using is basically like your a secondary weapon, but they're different. You can't have like two assault rifles in your arsenal or at one time. You can hold up to actually 10, counting the one you're holding, main weapons, and then like your secondary or special weapon will be you can hold up 10 of those too. And then there's armors, and then there's all different types of like helmets and boots and chest plates, and those are the basic equipments and stuff you get. And just like MMO format, you have to be a certain level to use some of them. But it really feels like a first-person shooter, true, kind of with some MMO aspects. So it's like at the same time, even though it has some MMO aspects, they're kind of being pushed to the side for the first-person shooter sake of it. And you can see that especially in PvP, which I'll get to much a little later. But with the whole combat system, it is really great. It's fluent. It moves really well. And like my brother-in-law actually said today, it actually feels kind of like Borderlands, or he said something like that. And it does. It feels kind of like Borderlands. This is like what an MMO for Borderlands would be. At least the combat part of it. You know, the guns, the whole. I mean, the ghost. He's not as annoying, but maybe you can look to him as a claptrap. I mean, he's definitely not near as annoying, but I guess not as near as comedic. I guess that word would be. Just saying. They do have to also with the whole enemy thing. The enemies are kind of smart. They will actually run from you at certain times. Sometimes it seems they'll run from you if they like pass a certain boundary, or if you pass a certain boundary, and sometimes they'll run from you if they have low life. It seems like that. And with the combat, that's basically it. You know, just think of any first-person shooter. But then think of all RPG elements. Like that just now was my special, or my ultimate, as one may call it. And mine's is just a shockwave. Some other guy shoots a beam. You know, that's the warlock. He shoots a beam. So they have specials. They have like with the combat. Think of, as I said before, first-person shooter with RPG elements or MMO elements, whatever. I'm not sure if I said RPG elements before. But anyway, let's move on. All right. So we dealt with the combat. Let's deal with the story. The storyline is actually not bad. The storyline is basically, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to give a little hint, which basically I guess you would find out from the very first mission anyway, or beforehand. Basically, this thing called the Traveler came to Earth, and it was a being of, like an extraterrestrial being. It taught humans how to be able to, you know, jump drives or whatever, intergalactic travel. Taught them how to populate stuff like Mars and all that stuff. So other planets than Earth. But then the darkness, which was the Traveler's main enemy, came to Earth and was like, oh no, we're going to kill you guys. So the darkness came and it destroyed almost all the Earth except for one safe haven, which the Traveler was able to keep safe or something like that. And I haven't learned about Mars, the other ones, because get this, even though in the second mission is to get a hyperdrive so that you can go between planets, they don't allow you to go between planets in the beta. So I had no clue. They allow you to go to the moon for one mission, I think, but not between planets. So I have no clue how the other planets are. I don't know whether they were also basically destroyed by the darkness. I have no clue. Let's move on to PvPs. PvPs are right here. They're called Control, as the only PvP one that I could get to right now. And it basically feels, if I'm going to be honest, like Titanfall. You have a jetpack even, which only you'll get at level 4, so you can use that even during the single player. That's That is actually a great thing about Destiny, at least for the beta. Any move you learn in single player or in whatever you call it, for since it's an MMO, move you learn during missions, let's just call it that, you can use in PvP. I can use my grenade, I can use my special, I can use my ultimate. Any like move you learn, so it really gets it kind of crazy because it's not just like shooting, it's not just like missiles, it's like people have different powers, people have different abilities, so it's really cool how that works. So it'd be good to balance your team like with a warlock, hunter, and a titan. At least have one of each, and like it's actually really fun. I gotta admit, it kind of feels like Titanfall, though not as detailed. So I kind of feel like this part of the game, because I played it for a significant amount, could have been like basically the whole point, like just the multiplayer. It could have been not an MMO. It could have been like just a single player, and then this as the multiplayer. I feel like it would have still been great. But the MMO aspects are really good too. I love how you're able to walk out and see people. But as I said, I'm just going to briefly touch on the MMO, right? Because there's not much. Because crafting is not like other MMOs. You don't have to like learn certain crafting skills and then you can only craft certain things based on the skills you learn. When you find blueprints, you go to a guy and you give him the blueprints, and then all of a sudden he's like, okay, here's your weapon or here's your armor. And like all the other stuff, it's very simple. When you go to your ship, get upgrades for your ship, it's simple. It's not like you can go to your ship and build stuff. You don't go inside your ship, and at least based on the beta, you don't do any of that. So they really cut corners, I want to say, with the MMO part of the game. In the sense that they were like, let's just make it like, basically this is what I think they got, like they're like, let's make it like a Borderlands that is an MMO, right? But we don't really want people to be like crafting and all that different type of stuff. So let's just have it where you bring the blueprints, he crafts it. You bring someone else something else, they do it. You know, you don't have to have it too specific, and it's good. It actually kind of works. It may be a good thing. It may be a good thing because it may have been bad to really complicate it too much. So. Also, just like MMOs, you tend to find better stuff out on the field rather than buying. Though there are some good stuff that you find buying. But other than that, that's basically Titanfall. My review, really good right now. May get it, may not. You know, I'm still on the fence because I only played for a little bit. So to me, it was like, am I quite perfectly sold with this based on the beta? The beta was great, but will this last? Because even though the beta, like I said, it was great. But I'm not sure whether that would actually hold me for a long time, because the missions, even though they're really fun and they have different enemies and stuff, it's just that, I don't know, the missions just seem kind of basic. They seem, like I said, like Borderlands. There's not much too unique stuff to do. It's like fight enemy, press button, fight enemy, press button. It's not like, I don't know. They try to mix it up. It's like defend this point, get to that point, run, because you can't kill the enemy or something like that, or like stuff like that. But I don't know. But I may get it after it comes out. We'll see. But like I told you, still kind of on the fence about this game. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Tell me yours, please, because those of you who played the beta, obviously. And if you didn't play the beta, just tell me what you think the game will be overall. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and God bless.